Although their modern names are quite simple, the Amman Citadel and the Amman Amphitheater, their history doesn't appear to be that simple. They are obviously built using the stone of yet even older destroyed megaliths, as it becomes clear by the columns and borders reused in their massive walls. Below the older megaliths there were again unexcavated, heavily eroded rock-cut ruins, which appear to have lost the battle against time, at least those parts that stick above ground now. And this type of situation of impressive large megaliths built using the remains of yet other megaliths, of which we know nothing, which on their turn lay on rock-cut ruins, is not only what we see as well at the famous Baalbek site, which is actually not that far away from Amman, but also this is some sort of standard that we repeatedly see all over large parts of Europe, Africa, and Asia. Parts of a hand and an elbow survived from a huge statue which must have stood over 13 meters in height, calculated on the basis of the size of the fingers, for example. We are told that it was actually a statue of Hercules, although there is no supporting evidence about it. But when people are constantly fed with such unproven suggestions, it definitely contributes to this overall feeling and belief in the masses that we have the history all figured out. And even if some minor details are still unclear, still the main story, the basics are surely rock solid, scientifically proven. As the visitors walk around the site, at every step they're being double and triple assured that all this is Roman, and Roman. More about the Greco-Roman fairy tales of 1001 Nights you can find in this video. And as far as who really built all this, or at least the last layer of the megaliths, the restored one, it was, of course, the people who used this language carved onto the megaliths themselves. The ancient Romaic people, the people whom in my videos I usually call cultures influenced by the survivors of Atlantis and Hyperborea, in their own language they call themselves Raseanami, which means the scattered people. They scattered themselves to spread this culture at the point of time when the wisdom of the old advanced civilization was getting almost completely obliterated. In my previous video about Bulgaria, we see something very similar, very large stones, 2-3 meters in length, and then again this very same writing. Same writing is found in abundance on the biblical sites in the Middle East, in Africa, in the so-called Roman cities, all the way to Ethiopia, by the way. In Europe, lots of it in so-called Roman villas. And yet, despite this abundance of inscriptions and sites, still the genuine history of antiquity remains blurry in the twilight zone, because after a couple of centuries of feeding the masses with fantasies, Greco-Roman fantasies, the truth and fiction have grown intertwined and have hardened like this, intertwined in the human psyche to such an extent that separating the truth from the fiction is practically impossible at this point. It is beyond repair, exactly as this coiled vine, which cannot be straightened out. most impressive thing about the Amman megaliths was, of course, their sheer size. But not less striking was the difference in the level of consciousness between the people back then and the people right now at the very same place, expressed in most practical terms in the way they like to arrange and keep their surroundings. And this is what people enjoy right now. This is not near the megaliths, this is on the very citadel hill amongst the megaliths. This is the heart of the downtown administrative and cultural center of the capital of the country of Jordan. This is again the citadel slash dump hill from another angle. This is a megalithic terrace, and below the terrace we can see the modern achievements.